does belief add pressure? Because I guess what comes with belief is a higher expectation, and what comes with a higher expectation comes pressure.
I think when I think about pressure, sometimes I think that I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in, playing tennis, doing something I love, going abroad, meeting all kinds of people who have helped massively on my journey and are very, very close friends. I sometimes think that, pressure is definitely a word that a lot of tennis players struggle with. And I suppose that belief side of things, I guess I've always just believed that I could be a very good player one day, and I've never tried to think about any pressures or whatever that goes with that. I've just tried to think, right, I just need to stay on this path. If I'm doing good things day in, day out, then hopefully I can be a good player one day. And I think if you do things with more freedom, I think you end up with better results.
And on that mindset, is that something that you've worked on externally with sports psychologists and gone that route, or is that something that you have naturally got from your environment over the years?
I think, it's definitely not. I've had to learn experiences. I've been lucky to have, I'd say, 3 predominant coaches so far: Justin Sharing, Ryan Jones, and James Trotman, who have all given me very good values as a player, and they're constantly trying to improve me as a person as well. And I think that comes from them mainly as well, giving me that message on a daily basis that, this is your journey. You're going to have highs and lows. You're going to have all these kind of emotions, which is totally normal. But you just got to keep on doing what you're doing. And if you're putting in the right work, you will get to where you want to get to.
Very good. And the second bit I was going to ask you, you said the complexity and toughness, I think, were the words you used. So that kind of that move from being a junior, staying in the Hyatt Hotel in New York City, playing US Open, spending time in the changing rooms with these top players, and all of a sudden you're on the back court in Slovenia, staying in some Airbnb. What are the real kind of toughness and complexities that you talk about that often shock people as they make that transition?
I think in juniors you're going to nice events. You're at a boys and girls tournament every week, so you're around friends, people you've grown up playing tennis with. Everything's looked after for you, and then all of a sudden you go out of the juniors and you're thrown in the futures, and you have to go to some places which have really tough conditions, environments. You're usually on your own. And it's just a really tough reality you have to face, especially being a young person. I think maybe in this country we don't do a good enough job of almost letting you know about that, how tough that step is. I think I was extremely lucky that when I was 15, I started getting coached by Ryan Jones, who was the ex-coach of Coric and Edmund. So he'd sort of seen how tough it was in the pro circuit. And he definitely tried to install how tough it would be in my own head so that I would be ready to make the transition when it came. But it doesn't make it any easier. And I think the level of tennis is so high now as well. Maybe in the juniors, you get some matches which are easier than others. Whereas when you're going and playing the futures and the challengers, the level of tennis is better, the conditions are tougher, and just what you have to go through on a daily basis in order to win and play good matches is a lot harder as well.